Alright everyone, welcome back to the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel and Wacky Wednesday. We are back and now we are going to be having this special event where we have INDYCAR racing on dirt. That's right, so let's go racing and see how the INDYCAR does. Yeah! Alright, got our favorite steak and shake INDYCAR here. Here we go. Everybody is off to the races. See how everybody goes through everything. Gonna get a little bit of damage there. Not too bad. Ooh, a little more damage. Hello, sir. Hello. Try to get around here without damaging everything. Alright, we got through the dirt pretty easily there by going through the joker lap. We can take this nice little shortcut through here. Make sure we don't hit our wing on anything. But yeah, we got ourselves all-terrain Firestone tires, specially made for the event. And then we got the Steak and Shake INDYCAR right here. Love Steak and Shake. Got awesome fries when they're fresh. Boy, those things are good. And some pretty good steak burgers as well. If you haven't tried them, they're pretty good. Alrighty, so let's head on over. I'll jump here. Let's see how the car does. Oh, pretty good. So we got a little bit of damage to the rear end here. Car's jumping around on the back end just a little bit as we head on through here. Now this is just dry weather. So the question is, how do these things handle on a wet racetrack? Well, we're going to have to find that out next race, as we're going to be doing another one here in just a second. Right now I have a considerable lead over the competition here as we hit, totally took off my tire. Totally did not mean for that to happen. Alright, now let's hit the accelerator here. And let's limp this puppy around because this is an endurance race, people. Only 2 laps in, but hey, look at this. We can still drive rally style through here with only 1 wheel. As this guy really doesn't know what he's doing, apparently. Okay, now he's going to speed up just a little bit. Alright, we got to be nice and easy through this turn here. And then we can nail it all the way throughout this turn here. And it should whip around here in the dirt. There we go. And we're going to hit the jump. Only 3 wheels INDYCAR, but it still works as we got our competition there trying to hit our other wheel. And if you hear a vibration noise, that's just my controller going absolutely berserk because it doesn't know how to register what is happening to it right now. So that's what we got going on. Ooh, we got the, I think that's what, Doom Eternal? I think that's what that is. Looks kind of like it. Anyway, so now we're in 6th, but the thing is, will these guys actually be able to make the entire race? That's going to be the question, because they definitely don't know what they're doing very well. We have a little shortcut here that gives us a little bit of an edge right there. And, they're handling the track pretty well, honestly. Haven't seen any crazy flipping or whatsoever, so that's good. Hit our turn here, so I mean, we're doing pretty good around the track with only 3 wheels. I mean, you never knew that you could do this with an INDYCAR, now did ya? Racing a 3-wheeled INDYCAR, and we're still hitting, let's see here, about 50 miles an hour is probably about our max. But I mean, it still handles decently well with having only 3 wheels. I mean, that's not the worst thing that we've ever done, that's for sure. But yeah, you can get through here really good because you get that weight distribution to the outside, so you take that weight off of the missing wheel hub there, and you're able to actually do pretty decently. So we can watch everything going on here. We got our temps because we are constantly revving our engine or constantly being on the gas to keep the car going there. You can see that we're doing about I don't remember if it's, I missed that a little bit. Can't remember what the exact RPMs are there, but we're hitting that 6.0 to 7.5 pretty decently. And so our temps ever so slightly going up to about 237 there, so temps slowly creeping up, so that could potentially end our day pretty early if that happens. Make sure we make the turn here. We also got our brakes. They're pretty cool because we're not actually using them. I mean, we haven't had to use any brakes at all for the last few laps here, as we have constantly been on the gas. So we're about 242 on the temps, so slowly watching that crawl up there isn't exactly what we want to see. But so far this thing, even with only having 3 wheels, actually handles pretty decently, I have to admit. So a very nice handling car with only 3 wheels. We don't there we go. So we're starting to see that little bit of damage creep up in the engine here. We're going to see that continue to happen as we continue to let those temperatures creep up there. Not a whole lot we can do. We might be able to let off the throttle just a tad. We let off the throttle just... Okay, so we can let off the throttle a little bit. That might help the temperature. That's not going to help our speed. Okay, so that's going to help out our temperature just a little bit, it looks like. So just keep it right about there. That might actually help us out. We'll keep an eyeball on that, but we want to make it to the end of the race is what we want to do. So one thing about IndyCars, they do not like hitting walls, as you can tell, as we already lost a wheel. I don't remember what speed we hit that at. Yeah, you can hear us dragging stuff across the asphalt there. So at 249, haven't really seen any temperature drop now. We are at a lower RPM, so that's probably helping save our engine's life just a little bit here. I can hear everybody else accelerating here and there. Oh, yep, the guys are coming back around to get us again for another lap. They're slowly figuring it out, getting some speed there. The Doom Eternal car here is currently your leader, it appeared. Definitely a cool looking car. So we're trying to keep, so we're bringing down that temp ever so slightly. Not very much, but we're trying to keep that down there. So there goes everybody over the jumps. I mean, they're all doing pretty good on that jump, but they could definitely be hitting it a little bit harder in my opinion. But that's my opinion. We need to bring that, there we go, that RPM down just a tad. We're getting the temperature creep up there again. So another reason why we had temp going up is that we are not really getting a whole lot of speed for the RPM that we're consistently running at. So that's causing us a wee bit of a problem. Not too much, but we are still on track to currently make it around the track fairly decently. So I'm actually pretty happy with that at the moment. So we'll just keep on doing our thing and doing what we need to do. And technically, you can see right there, we are no longer the last car. Somebody else wrecked out completely. That's the number 6 position there. So we are currently 5th in the running. So it does pay off to continue running this particular race because it is a IndyCar endurance race of only 10 laps. But these cars do not handle very well hitting walls or anything like that. We're letting the throttle creep up there a little bit. Need to bring that down ever so slightly. Want to keep it around the 3.0 mark to hopefully get our temperature down somewhat. Keep it down. And we got 5 damage on the engine, so I mean that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I mean the car really does handle quite well for what we're making it do, unfortunately, which is basically drive around in a undrivable condition, but I mean it's doing pretty good. So let's see here. Yeah, we could do about 40 is about the best speed we can do, about 46 miles an hour on this particular configuration of our car, which is no downforce and no wheel. So that's not too bad, honestly. So we got ourselves on lap 7, technically we were lapped, so technically there's less than that. We'll probably get ourselves lapped again, honestly. So that hopefully means that this race will end a little bit sooner than expected. But we'll have to see when the rest of the field comes along. But honestly, these cars do handle this pretty good as long as you make sure that you're hitting your brake when you need to and not being an idiot and accelerating into a wall. It works out pretty good. Doom Eternal car coming in. He's going to have some damage on the front end now after ramming us with his nose. So I mean, you can see those guys, they kind of know what they're doing to some extent. You definitely don't want to be going too fast as you hit these different corners though, because the car could potentially jump out of line just a tad. We got a little bit of dirt catching up on us on the car, so that's kind of cool to see. So we're going to have to see, so we're looking at the brake temps. We haven't used our brakes for I don't know how many laps now, so they're about 40 degrees. I'm not sure if that's being measured on Celsius or what. The rest of my stuff's on Fahrenheit, so I don't know what those are being measured on, but anyways, those are some cold metal brakes, that's for sure. Let's see what we've done. Nope, we got one more lap. Okay, well, let's see if we can make our engine go the full thing here. So we're hitting about 40 miles an hour through here. We're kept our engine alive. I think we should be on the final lap for us, because we got lapped twice, so in theory we should be done this time by at the line, but we'll see how that works. Yeah, but you see, that temp just, if we had done this the entire race, the temperature would have just continued to rise. It's now at 260 on the engine temp, and that would certainly have caused us some issues. I mean, we can get up to this pretty good speed here, about 48 degrees, give it a little bit of brake, make sure we make the turn. I mean, in all honesty, for how damaged this car is, it has some pretty cool speed, so I kind of like that. That's pretty cool to push the limits of this car, and we did pretty good. Now, the thing is, can we get better results, or better yet, more interesting results in a wet dirt race at Dirtfish here with INDYCAR? That's the question. As you see, we can do a really good turn there with that outside downforce there. There we go, finish the race, and we just put it over and stop it, so sweet. Alright guys, so now we are back dirt racing INDYCAR in a light rain. So as the water slowly starts to pile up, we'll have to see how this all goes. Alright, we'll kind of let everybody get ahead of us here, let them go. We're going to skip doing the joker lap this time, so I want to save that for later on in the race in case we go back to 3 wheels. Alright, everybody's a little unsure through here. Everybody's getting stuck. Go on the outside here just a little bit. Gonna get squeezed by the ABC car, that's fine. I guess we could have taken the joker lap and gotten the lead, but we're fine doing a little bit of restraint. Ooh, there we go. He got, oh, yep, he got into the tire there. So see, that's the issue. You got the traffic, which could potentially put you in a very bad position and end up taking off your wheels or wings. So that's what makes this race kind of interesting with the Indy cars. So also with how easily they fall apart, as we've seen in a previous race. I wonder what that was about. Anyways, hitting through here, a little bit of damage to the front. Don't want to hit that tire if we don't have to. And here we go, up and over the jump, very nicely handled. The car does a good job. And then we hit the throttle all the way through the dirt section here. Hit the brake before we get to that tire. Very important, because we're slipping and sliding anyway, so we don't want to slip and slide into that, because, well, that would probably kill us damage-wise, so we don't want to do that. So a little bit of rain that's slowly soaking up into the asphalt. We're also not taking our shortcut quite yet. We're working with all of our INDYCAR race car drivers here. That's going to take off our wing. But luckily, downforce isn't overly important in this particular race, but tires are, so we want to make sure that we keep those. We can live without a wing, but tires, we kind of want to keep those if we can. Ooh, we got the beautiful Snapple car here. Beautiful paint scheme. Not quite as beautiful as Steak and Shake, but still up. And we put him into the tire there. Sorry about that, sir. That's why you don't go slow around those. You move. Alright, so now we're by ourselves here with the leader up there. So we're going to go try and catch him while everybody else figures out that mess back there. We have to see if they actually get moving again. I'd assume that they would. Nobody's taken the joker lap so far, so we've spread the field out with that incident just a little bit, so that's going to switch up things just a tad. We definitely don't want to hit those walls on the entry to this particular section, because those will take off our tires. Now it is slick, so we also have all-terrain tires, which is great for the dirt, etc., 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 but we still have to be very careful when braking and accelerating into turns like you just saw right there, because we could end up with a problem as I try to race this guy. Please get out of my way, please. Thank you. Hit something there. Alright, so there we go. Now we are off. Okay, yep, so we got one car off already today, so he is out of the race currently. So that's one car that has bitten the dust. Probably my fault, and I bet it's the Snapple car as well, so that's unfortunate. Beautiful paint scheme on that particular Indy car, but I digress upon speaking about that. Anyways, now we have the lead and we have ownership of the track, so let's take it to the next level there, as we kind of lost some traction there in the rear. Make sure we hit our brakes and don't hit the tires, because we want to keep our tire if at all possible, because it makes for a slightly more enjoyable race here. as we slip and slide. As I said, it's slick, so this car handles a lot differently than it did here just a while ago. I'm trying to see if I can see that Snapple car over here. Oh, there he is. Yep, so he's pulled off, not able to continue, so he's just out of the way of the rest of us. So that's very nice. We'll do our Joker lap here in just a second, and you can see we got the mud now in the dirt, so that's going to switch things up just a little bit. Basically, we're mud racing now with a little bit of gravel mixed in, so that makes for a slightly different experience. It's definitely a little bit on the slicker side. We want to make sure we don't hit those metal fences there, because that can really ruin a car for sure. Already ruined it by taking off a wing, but not too bad. We got a little bit of damage on the engine for some reason. Not totally sure what that is. Could be a rock in the air intake causing us not to have the proper air to fuel mixture, but other than that, car's doing really good, and temperatures aren't too bad either, about 219. Probably would like to see it lower, but currently not too bad. So let's hit ourselves the Joker lap here. Make sure we don't hit any of these concrete barriers. Definitely don't want to do that. Ooh boy, yep. And we don't want to hit these. We don't want to hit those. We can get stuck for an hour if we hit those things. Ooh boy. So I mean, we can get some pretty good speed through here. Currently we are dominating the field at the moment, mostly because we put somebody in the wall, but we'll just skip over that part. Anyways, yeah, this is a fun track to race this car, because you have so much throttle response in these cars. You get so much RPM in the rear tires that it really is like almost a Formula Drift vehicle to some extent. Not actual Formula Drift, but like if you mashed up F1, IndyCar, and drifting, it would be kind of like what basically that. Yeah, I just said that. Anyways, never mind. So that's what we got going on here. Got a little bit more damage there on that left suspension, but I definitely like how this has turned out. I think a IndyCar dirt race might be something to invest in there, IndyCar. I like it, that's for sure. So obviously this is a little bit of concrete and dirt, but I don't know. That might be interesting. You get some different suspension, you get some different underbody parts, etc. Some better air filters on the intakes, etc. I don't know. I think that could be doable. Has worked fairly decently for NASCAR. There's still some issues that need to be worked out for the Cup Series, but it seems like it works decently. But in the end, dirt is dirt, so I mean, it's going to be messy no matter what you do, so that's just how that works. Alright, hit the brake through here. Running through. So we're hitting about 30, so let's see what our speeds are. That's going to be kind of interesting to keep track on. So right through here, we're hitting about 60 miles an hour. We kind of slow down through there. That's mostly because the rear tires kind of come out from under us. Alright, so we're hitting about 80. So that's a top speed, about 80 miles an hour through there. Let's see what we do through this section here. Alright, so about mid-80s is what we're hitting for the most speed. We're hitting about 20 to 30 miles an hour through turns and stuff. Maybe a little bit of 40 here and there. Currently, we are one of two cars that actually get their Joker lap taken care of, so the other guys need to work on that, that's for sure. Don't hit that tire wall, that will ruin everything. Ooh, yeah, it is getting slick, and the tires and the mud are not meshing together quite as well as that dirt asphalt was doing previously, because it isn't necessarily dirt, it is a little bit of a mixture of asphalt and dirt, so slight difference, but still loose, muddy, not making the car happy, that's for sure. Yeah, it is really got a little more damage there. Really starting to slick up quite a bit. Just causing the car to slip and slide. I'm not sure what it is, but these cars really do have like a almost called an invisible body roll. Is that every time you go to one turn, it slides over to the other in the rear end. It's kind of weird. It's almost like watching the NASCARs when the rear end brakes and the car just swaps back and forth. It almost has that invisible It's like it's invisibly doing that in the rear end constantly. It's like, I'm not sure if that's something that's broken in the Project Cars 2, which we're racing in, or if that's actually how they drive. But there's definitely something to that, because no matter what track I race these cars in, it always has that same quirk of the rear end constantly just kind of goes back and forth like it's broken or something. It's kind of interesting to see. It always kind of gets stuck, and I have to constantly be steering on it. So I'm not sure what that's about, but it's interesting nonetheless. So we're coming around to get ourselves the victory here at beautiful Dirtfish, as we're about to get around here. Hopefully save our tires while we're at it. Coming around, coming around, coming around, coming around, coming around, coming around, coming around. And we're going to hit our jump here. There we go. And we are the winner here at Dirtfish for the first ever, to my knowledge, INDYCAR dirt race. Certainly a lot of fun. Alright guys, so you can see here these guys definitely a bit unsure exactly how to drive this course, but I mean they do a decent job. They could definitely use a little bit more speed, but yeah, it's definitely a little bit different in the rain than it was previously. Yeah, you see that guy hit the tire there. So see, that is basically the balancing force in this race, is that you got all of that going on with the tires and stuff, and if you hit those, that's definitely going to hurt your performance. So watching that is very important for all of these guys here. So yeah, I mean these guys could definitely probably be going around these turns a little bit faster. I mean they're doing decent, but they could definitely use a little bit more speed there. But you definitely have to watch out for those tires, something that I have to do, quite honestly. But then you got the jump, which really puts the test on the suspension. And obviously the dirt and the gravel, I mean, if those things get stuck in those carbon fiber hubs or into the air intakes or anything like that, that could definitely, potentially become a bit of a problem. So that's all something that INDYCAR would have to look out for. But still, I think it ended up being a fairly decent and fun race, and it's definitely a lot of fun slipping and sliding an INDYCAR in dirt, gravel, mud, and on the wet asphalt. Definitely one of the funnest things I've done in Project Cars 2 so far. So anyways guys, that's our Wacky Wednesday episode of INDYCAR on dirt. And also I guess we could slash that as mud too, but we'll leave it at dirt. Anyways guys, let me know what you think about Wacky Wednesdays and this particular fun video series, and we will see you guys here next time. As there it is, took the Snapple car basically out of contention there. Oh well. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys here next time on TheCombustionGamer. Bye bye.